What's up, YouTube? I wanted to bring a video about outlasting your competition. We all need to learn that you want to outlast your competition. You don't want to compete against them. No person is competition. And our goal in any business that we're in, whether it be real estate like myself, or a business that you created from the ground up or that you're continuing on, you do not want to fault and lose out on your business. So focus on outlasting the competition. So check this out, man. So I'm a realtor here in Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Daryl Coleman, and I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Well, July would be 3 years, matter of fact. And I actually love what I do. So hopefully I can bring some information to you guys to create longevity, because the average individual doesn't last this long. They get through their real estate course and then they actually quit. So the fact that I've made it this far, and even during these hard times, I'm still going. So I was watching the Nordic Business Forum. So I like to watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. I tell you guys, I like to watch that stuff. But it was the speaker, Simon Sinek. So you probably heard of him like 1,000,001 times. I've watched a lot of his videos. I love his work. But he was talking about the infinite game in 2019. All right. So the infinite game is how to outlast your competition. So I wanted to bring my mindset to that, because I always thought that, but I've never heard it in words. So when I heard it in words, finally, I just thought that was the most amazing thing. So I wanted to make a video for you guys to understand that we're here working together. Even though you feel like you're in competition with the person next to you, you're not. We're all working together. So let me bring a couple of things that will wrap that up for you to let you know we're working as a team, man. All right, so there's actually 5 things that Simon Sinek was talking about. So one of them, these are things that we need, all right? 5 things that we need. We need just cause, okay? We need a trusting team. We need a worthy rival. We need existential flexibility. And then we need courage to lead. Those are the 5 things that we need in order to create longevity and really to last. All right, so the number 1 item was just cause, if you remember. So would you sacrifice your own interest in order to fulfill the cause or to fulfill the job? So your own interest is, a lot of people come into the business saying, I'm just going to make money and I do not care. What that cause is your employees are upset. Your followers are upset. If you're a mentor, your mentees are upset. Like, your focus is only on money. You don't have a focus of, let me create a product that is asked for by the consumer. The consumer wants something. You need to create a way to get it to the consumer. Stop trying to create a way to make the money. Once you create the item that the consumers want, they come to it and they'll flock. I promise you. But you have to sacrifice your own interests to fulfill that job or that cause. So that's the number 1 item. All right, so the number 2 item, very, very important, okay? You need a trusting team. That was one of the items I said, a trusting team. Can you be yourself, and can you ask for help? So if you can't be yourself doing your job, there's no way your team can trust you. It's impossible. So being a realtor in a brokerage, so yes, I do work individually, so I work sole and separate, but I do have a broker and a brokerage that I fall under. I am not the broker nor the brokerage, okay? So I work independently for myself, but they still have a hand in everything that I do, okay? But if I'm not able to ask them questions or ask my broker a question when I have something, how much do I really trust them? Do I honestly have 100% trust when it comes to, hey, I got to ask a question? If you've asked questions 4 or 5 times to your boss and they had no answer, all credibility is lost. I promise you. Some of you guys are shaking your head like this has happened. I've done it before, and I'm telling you, if you ask a question to your boss and they cannot answer it, and you've done this 10, 15, 20 times, just numerous times, all trust in them is gone. You literally will go and find the things on your own, or you'll go around asking things. But if you create that atmosphere where you can be yourself, and if you're the boss and you just don't have the answer, I don't have that answer, but let me get that for you. Follow up seriously. Do not joke when it comes to, I'm going to get that answer and I'm going to come back to you. Get the answer and come back to that individual and say, hey, I looked it up. This is where it's at. This is a source. You can find it there as well here. So now you're not only just giving them the answer, now you have the knowledge yourself as a supervisor. Okay, I found this. I'm glad my people can come to me with questions. I can be myself. I just told you, I don't know where it's at. I don't have the answer right now, but I'm going to get it for you. And that's exactly what you did. So as a supervisor, you have just moved up in the reins in order to keep and fulfill what your clients and what your employees are needing. You need to be yourself, and you need to be approachable, and they need to be able to ask you questions. And if you, like I said, if you are now the employee and you can't ask your supervisor a question and let them know, hey, I need help, without them bashing you, that's not a great team. That's not a trusting team. I'll tell you that right now. So number 3, we're looking for a worthy rival. Some of you guys are looking at like a rival, like, hey, I'm going to battle with this guy next door, man. He has a nice SUV. I just bought an SUV, and that's the reason why he bought one. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not a competitor, okay? A rival is somebody that will bring knowledge of what great strengths look like. So maybe the neighbor does have a SUV just like yours, but maybe he has a better job, or maybe you guys have the same job, but he has a different pay. So what I would do is just ask the neighbor, hey, I like your, first of all, start off with a compliment. Compliment the SUV. Man, I love that. It's actually going to create a conversation for you and them to start talking back and forth about your own SUVs. So now you can get into the questions of, what are your payments? You can see what the payments are, who they buy it from. Maybe they bought it from a different dealer and they paid more. Maybe they paid less. Maybe you will have the opportunity for later times to be able to purchase from that same area, or you can actually educate them on where you purchase yours from. They're not a competitor. We're not here to compete with anybody. If they want to compete with you, let that be their own thing, because they're going to either go broke or they're going to drive themselves crazy trying to do what you're doing. You do what you're doing. Let them be them. But they need to bring knowledge to you. They need to bring strength, okay? Find a company. If you're like a realtor like myself, find a company or a realtor that you look towards. Now, there's somebody that's actually in my brokerage that I look towards and I follow very, very close. And I hope to soon start making more and more communication. I have lately. But this person rocks it. I'm telling you, when it comes to business and they're doing it by themselves, they kick butt, like no joke. So to me, I don't feel like we are competition. I watch what they do and I mimic some of the items. That's how you stay in the game longer. You don't sit here and you just bash them. You don't talk trash about them. No, I just said they are doing amazing. They are doing exactly what I hope to do in the future. So why would I bash them when I need them? You understand? Does that make sense? If you follow their steps, you will also succeed. I promise you. That's just how it is. But if you try to interfere, you're going to veer off and you're actually going to end up railroading yourself. You might railroad them, but it's not worth it. I promise you. You're here for the long haul. So the longer you're in the business, maybe you'll outlast the competition per se, or the individual that you're watching them following in their footsteps. Next thing you know, they fall off of their horse. You're still there. You either pick them up or you push past. You're here to outlast, not to compete. All right. So number 4 is existential flexibility. So big word, but what that's meaning is, and I'm going to give you an example as well, because at first when I heard it, I had no clue what the heck that meant. But is you need to have the flexibility to adjust when the adjustments need to be made. In order for you to scale, you have to make adjustments, not meaning squirrel. and get distracted. Not meaning squirrel and run off to the next, or ooh, shiny object. Simon Sinek actually said that in his speech too. Do not run after every shiny object, because now that leaves your team trying to figure out what is going on. There's a shiny object here, 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 and here, and all of them have done nothing. Existential flexibility. The example that he gave is Blockbuster. Blockbuster was out there dominating. I know, I used to work for Blockbuster back in the day. They dominated the film industry. So they were out here renting out to everybody. Late fee after late fee after late fee collected by these individuals. That was the biggest money. Okay. So yes, they were making great money. Definitely were, because I was over there trying to take off some late fees sometimes for some customers that were a little irate. But when Netflix was introduced into the program, Netflix came in and they were actually mailing the movie or the video or the DVD out to the individuals, out to the member. Okay. So now you've created a whole shift. Now, if you look at Netflix, they're actually streaming. Blockbuster never went to mailing out the items. Blockbuster never went to streaming. So when that kind of software was introduced, that is existential, man, I can't even say the dang thing. Existential flexibility that needed to happen. So Blockbuster knew that they needed to make this change, but instead chose not to. They chose to stick with what they have because their late fees are making ridiculous money. And then look at where Blockbuster is now, non-existent. You might see a Blockbuster building still sitting there, but there's nothing going on, okay? They're not running. They ran out. They did not have the flexibility to change. So now in the industry that I'm in, okay, when I came into real estate, I just thought, let me go door knocking, let me do some mailers, let me do this, whatever. Not realizing social media is the biggest content pusher and flexibility piece for us realtors. I didn't even have anything. I had deleted everything like maybe a year prior. My wife was telling me she's in marketing. She says, you need to get all of these items. So I've added all of these social medias, started becoming active in them, started studying, started trying to understand. And that's what's kept me here for the last 3 years. Okay, if I didn't have any social media, I wouldn't even be here. I would have phased out a long time ago. I see other people that have phased out. I see other people that have started and are gone. Okay, you need to be able to see where your market is heading and what strength is going to take you to the next level. And you need to ride that. Okay, that's again, you're going to rely on your just cause. Why are you doing this here? What sacrifices are you willing to make? Your team needs to feel comfortable enough to be able to follow you. If you always are solid and then you wanted to make this shift for the flexibility, your team is more than willing to follow you through the dirt, through the mud, through everything in order to grow, because they're going to see the growth prior to, and they're going to be willing to, hey, we're going to put it all on the line. We either use it or lose it. We either put it all in or don't go. You want to be the one that lets your company fail, not somebody else that pushes you out. All right. All right. Number 5, this is the last one. So you also have to have the courage to lead. So, if you're the broker, or if you're the boss or whatever, the CEO, CFO, whatever is up there, okay? You can be the team lead. You need to have the courage to lead, okay? You need to have the courage to be able to ask questions. Hey, young man, I know you're under me, but I don't understand. Can you show me exactly what you do so I can learn better? You need to be able to say, let me show you. This is another way to do it. You're more than welcome to use your own way, but this is what I learned as well. Maybe they'll use your way, maybe they won't. But you want to show your availability. You want to show that, hey, I can do exactly what you're doing. I can lead by example rather than I'm going to point at this and you better go do it. I'm going to tell you what, when I was in the military, I hated that. When so many of these individuals would point out something and could not even do it themselves. That is the most frustrating thing ever as an employee, as a follower, as anything. You want to be able to have leadership that can lead by example. If they cannot lead by example, you're horrible leadership. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay, so you need to have the courage to lead your team. You need to have the courage to step out on a whim, to start the social media, to start YouTube. I still look at myself on YouTube and I think it's crazy as all get out, but I'm doing it. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to feed the need that's out there, okay? There's new people like myself that are starting in real estate and have no clue where to go. I want to make sure that we all outlast our competition. We all get out there and we make it a team effort to push forward. I want you to start your own YouTube channel. I want you to be able to speak back. I want you to be able to leave comments in here. Okay, I want you to smash the like button. I want you to subscribe. Just continue to follow me, man. This is the greatest thing ever, is to be able to run your own business, to be able to be successful, and to be able to have fun at doing it, okay? Not everybody has fun making money. This has been the number one job that has been really fun for me. And I'm hoping it's fun for you. So if you're starting out into real estate, I hope the best for you. Please comment down below. Let me know if you're a new agent. Let me know if you're an old agent. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you do music. It doesn't matter. Just comment down below. If you made it this far, as usual, type in Shamrock, hit the like button, subscribe, continue to watch what I'm doing, man. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.